I just been trying to stay off here because I've been trying to make sure Mimi and her loved ones are okay. Good morning. And yes, I see the Lisa saga. I'd much rather not even talk about her. She's just on a whole ass down spiral. We already all knew that. She did speak truth though about it today, about the rehab thing. She's like, "Well, I got a rehab, whatever." It's like, it'll take longer. It's like for so-called people to mail me stuff in 2 to 3 weeks to get it there. Then why not just stay out here on the streets? Well, if that's what you want to live your life as, sister, you go for it. More power to you. I sure in the fuck wouldn't want to be on the streets again. Hey, hey, hey. But that's just me. I've been there, done that. With kids and animals. I ain't ever doing that shit again. The only time I am gonna hit the streets is in my box of ashes. That's it. Good morning, Pookie. But other than that, more power to her. I mean, if that's the way she wants to live her life and continue to live out her days of life, whatever that consists of, look, hands up. High five, Lisa. High five. High five from a distance, bitch. High five from a distance. Because now I just... Not much. I don't feel all the greatest. But yep, more power to her. That's the way she wants to live life. If she doesn't want to go in and try and get clean and then people actually send her care packages because it's going to take too long, then more power to you. High five. Stay on the streets. Stay the fuck out there. And we'll just keep watching you unfold and disintegrate each and every day. Sickening, and this is how sad it is. It's the truth of it. Good morning. Like this last live, it's like I just couldn't deal with it. I had to scroll past her. I watched a couple of minutes of it and I'm like, nah. I don't feel like it this morning. Don't feel like it. Because I get all the recaps anyway. Hi, Brian Eye Girl. Good morning. I just think it's crazy. It's like that she wants to choose the street life than the clean life. But hey, to each his own. High five from a distance, Lisa Richards. High five from a distance. That's all you're going to get from me is a big old high five from a distance. You do you, boo-boo. You do you, boo-boo. And the rest of us are just going to sit back and watch and cuss at our phones and do whatever at our phones. And they a damn thing none of us can do about it. Until the courts get involved, the law gets involved, which is highly, rarely unlikely. Just telling you all, it's highly unlikely that nothing's going to happen. Nothing. She's going to be out here flipping out like she has been. It's probably going to get a million times worse. But she's never going to go to that rehab. She don't want to wait on nobody to go and send her care packages, you know. She don't want to go to do the good thing. And shit, there's so many people, I guarantee it, out here. Especially now. I mean, shit, she got people all over the United States watching her. In the UK, China, everywhere. Everywhere. But it's like, I mean, look, I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was comical of her this morning. She goes, why go and wait for somebody to send me a package when it's gonna take two or so many weeks, whenever I can just be right out here getting what I need to get when I need to get it. Hey, more power to you, boo-boo. High five. High five. It's the life you want to live. Have at it, baby. It's like, you want to live in grit and grime and dirt and filth and continuously be that filthy, grimy bitch? Go ahead. I high five your ass from a distance while I take my ass to a shower. You know, and I don't knock anybody homeless because I've been there. Been there, done that. But however, I made sure that my son and I was washed every single day. Whether if it would have been through his school or a truck stop. But one way or another, we were bathed. Well, that's just the thing. It's like, she doesn't want to change. I mean, that clearly told it to me. It's like, when I mean, I was laughing. I couldn't help but laugh. And I choked when I was laughing whenever she said that shit this morning. It's like, why bother going to rehab when I can get what I need to get right here easier? Facts. Again, I'm a high five you from way over here in the South Hills. You can stay on your north side. I'll high five you from a distance, bitch. Yeah. But I worked. I literally worked every single day while my son was at school. The bar that I worked at let me work my son's school hours. And that's what I did. And I saved every bit of my tips. Every bit of them. I came up with first, last, and deposit. And then 2 months extra rent. I sure did. For that little one-bedroom apartment where I used to live by the neighbor that I used to take to the 51 clinic. I sure did. Lived there for 4.5 years until I got an opportunity to jump over here in the house where I'm at now. Where now we have our own rooms, personal space. My cats have more room. We're a lot more comfortable. But I mean, if you want it bad enough, you're going to fight for it bad enough. You don't, then guess what? You're going to stay out there on the streets. And that's obviously, she's comfortable out there. She's extremely comfortable out there. And I know each and every one of you see how comfortable she really is out there. I mean, because it doesn't matter if myself, Mama Amy, Nicole, whoever pulls up on her, she's made for the streets. That's just how she was, I don't want to say brought up, but that's what she's learned. And that's what she stayed and to become as an adult and as a mother. She was always out in the streets. Good morning. Well, that's the thing. It's like, I mean, I didn't want to, that homeless shit. I lived out of my Lexus. The same fucking car I have right now that my deceased fiance picked out for me, that I paid for out of a settlement that I had gotten way back in 2014. It's just an '07. People think it's newer. Thank you for the hurt me. We lived out of that for 8.5 months. 8.5 months. With 3 cats, 2 humans, my entire back full of just clothes, because the rest of my shit was in storage. So I not only was working to save to get it, I didn't care if it was a 1-bedroom, a studio, what it had to been. Plus, I had to pay for storage, a full storage. So I had washer, dryer, refrigerator, stove. I had all my shit in there. And then I just started selling all that shit off. I'm like, what the fuck do I need that shit for? It's like I'm going to an apartment. And thank God I didn't need it. And my old landlord, he held our apartment for me for 3 months. 3 months he did not let nobody else see it. Because I promised him that I would have at least the first, last, and deposit. And I turned around and I came up with 2 extra months of rent. And it was $600 a month. So I came up with all that money just by busting my ass, working, night shifts on the weekends. My son would go stay at a friend's house. I would sleep in my car in the parking lot of the bar. I would turn around, get up. If I had to open, I would go in, wash, do what I had to do, make myself presentable, and back at it. And I saved. Because why? That wasn't a life for us. It was no life for me, no life for him. And it'd have been a different story if I was by myself, but I wasn't. I had a munchkin, and I had animals. I lost one of my cats, not due to that, but just because he had that he had some kind of kidney feline disease. But I still have Misha and Taz. I mean, these cats have been through hell and back. But that's the thing. It's like, that's what drives me crazy about people like Lisa constantly on here begging, because how many other homeless people literally that you see under the bridges or on the side of the roads or even downtown Pittsburgh in tents, what are they normally doing? They're either sitting outside of their tent with a cup, or even down the south side. They always are sitting in some abandoned building doorway with a cup, a little bit of change in it. Thank you for saying that. And or like this chick down at one of the main intersections that I go through almost a daily. She literally, which I get mad at her. I do. God, I do. Because she's got little kids. The mother's raising the kids. She goes to the 51 clinic. But however, it's like, she doesn't need to be doing that. I told her not too long ago, I said, you need to get a fucking job, a real job, something that's going to paycheck. She goes, well, I'm going to have to, Carmen. I know her, we're on first name basis. That's how well I know her. That's how long she's been doing this. But because her mother has taken her to child support court. You know what I said to her? I said, good for your mother. It's about time that your mother does something, because you are working down here with a sign every day, rain, wind, snow, sun, whatever the weather may be. I said, because I know it ain't for you. I said, I know it's for your dude. I said, well, he sets up and lays his lazy ass up in an abandoned houses up there on one of the houses up on Maytide. I said, and has you down here doing all this shit. You ain't fooling nobody. I said, so I'm glad your mother's taking you to child support court. And then maybe that'll get your ass to get away from him. And then you can maybe have an actual relationship with your own children. She goes, well, I hope so. It's like, but it's that way everywhere. I mean, some cities are more noticeable than others. Like, you go back to my city, Kansas City, it's like where I grew up at, you ain't gonna see that. I grew up in the what do you call it? Middle to upper class. So you ain't gonna see that there. You go to the East Bottoms or the West Bottoms or down off the Paseo, don't ever go to the Paseo after dark either. That was one of my first jobs at 14. I used to work at a haunted house. That was back when it was safe, though, off the Paseo. But you dare don't go down there now. Not after dark. Mm-mm. Just like down here in Pittsburgh. My son was going to get a job at the convention center down there. I'm like, I put a dead halt to that. I was like, goes, well, I'll take the T thing. I was like, cause I've always called it the train thing. It's like, I guess it's called the T. And I said, oh, the hell you won't. Nope, not happening. I don't want you working down there. You need to work somewhat similar, close to home. That way, it's like, I mean, I'm able to get to you fast. You know, because if he would have taken the T, he would have had to gotten off the T, I think, in midtown of downtown, and then had to have walked all them blocks, and then getting off at nighttime. No. No. Because you're going to get stabbed, robbed, pew-pewed, beat up. It happens almost every single night down there. Almost every single night. And listen, if you guys all want, let me think of the name of it. Hold on. Oh, crap. It's Southside. If you type in Southside, PA, they'll have like these 2 pages that you can join for free. I forget the names of them, but it's Southside somethings. I want you guys to do that. And I want you to wait for... Oh, wait, today's Friday. Yeah. Wait for this weekend, okay? I want you guys to literally follow those pages because there's all types of really nice apartments and things above the bars and all that down the south side. People literally will video and put that shit out on those pages. And when I say it's bad, don't take just my bad word for it. I want you all to see it for yourself. Last weekend, there was a whole shit ton of kids literally jumping police. And we wonder why it's like defunding the police and all that. The police are too afraid nowadays because these kids are going around carrying pew-pews. You see the one, there's like 2 undercovers that went straight down on East Carson, right past 18th Street, and blocked East Carson. Jumps out of their vehicles. There's a shit ton of police running back to the right, like as you would be heading back up 18th, but it was going in the alleyway because some idiot decided to open fire in the middle of all the people on 18th Street. It's nothing but a stupid party thing now. It's not safe, not in the daytime. It's not safe at nighttime. I used to walk that thing all the time from 18th all the way down to the Cheesecake Factory. And then all the way back up with my deceased fiance. We used to do that on a weekend. Every weekend we'd just go for walks. You can't do that shit now. Even just to go down there to eat makes me a nervous wreck. Because of everything that's going on down there. That's what I mean. And where Lisa is at, it ain't no joke. That Northside Park, it ain't a place to be at after dark. Brighton Road is not a place to be at after fucking dark. And I be damned if I wouldn't even take somebody with me that I knew who had something to help protect. I myself would never drive over there after dark. I'll do it in the daytime. I don't go down Brighton Road too far. But I have a couple of doctors that I have to go over there and see. I think it's, oh my God, it's right. It's up the street from the Northside Park. I don't know if it's called Freeman or Fair. I think it's called Freeman Road or something like that. That's the only time I'm over there. I was just over there this past week. I messaged Mimi. I said, guess where I'm at? I said, I'm right here off of Brighton Road, right next to the Northside Park. They've done a whole bunch of landscaping to it, made it so beautiful. But even now, it's like we got all these summer concerts coming up. They've got this big auditorium thing that they've built on the outside. And it's, I myself would still not go there for a concert in a park. Because of why? People cannot go out and have fun nowadays without being in fear of getting pew-pewed or robbed or beat up or something bad's gonna happen. I'm like such a fucking home hermit. It's not even funny. I don't leave my house until I gotta go get my son from work to take him to work. You guys, I don't even go to the grocery store anymore. That's just how bad I've gotten with my PTSD from my motorcycle accident as well. I literally order everything. I have such bad panic attacks going to the grocery store, being around crowded people and places and things. And it's like, and even the roadways. It's like, it's not that I'm nervous about my own driving. It's like, I'm worried about somebody either T-boning me, tail into me, coming head on at me. I mean, it happens so much. Because why? People don't want to put the fucking phones down. Too many people are trying to text and drive. Too many people are not doing hands-free of nothing. And it's like, I'm just a wreck. So I have to order. I used to never be that way. I've never liked shopping. I've always hated it. But now I won't go to the grocery store. About as close as I get into a parking lot of a grocery store is where the one my son works at. And sometimes he'll run out and grab his card out of my car and he'll be right back because he'll want to run in and grab something. But other than that, no thanks. I have no desire to get out and mingle in the midst of chaos and people. And it's like, and even at the mall, South Hills Village Mall, it's like, it gets crazy on the weekends. You got all these young kids, just like the Monroeville Mall. How many shootings have they had? Guess what? They just had a shooting like 2-3 weeks ago at the Target at the South Hills Village Mall. Literally. Shut the whole mall down. Guess what I had to do? Hurried up, got in the car with my son. His girlfriend works out there at one of those stores. Her dad couldn't get to her. Mom couldn't get to her. So I said, fuck it, I'm going. We went. We scooped her up. You can't go nowhere nowadays. It's just not safe. And it's sickening. Because it's like, especially now that summer's here. People like to, look, I want to be able to get out and enjoy summer, but I'm petrified. I really, honest to God, I am. Good morning. But to live on the streets, as Lisa continued, that's what she said she wants to do this morning. She doesn't want to go to the rehab because she doesn't want to wait for anybody to send her a care package when she gets there. Blase, excuse after excuse. The manipulation at its finest. It is what it is. So I say, high five, boo-boo, from the South Hills to the North Side. You keep digging them street lights, okay? Okay. And for all you people that want to keep giving her money to live that street life, more power to you. High five from around the fucking world. I'm in Pittsburgh, out in the South Hills, but I'm high-fiving you wherever in the fuck state country, wherever you're from. High five. Keep giving her that money to live that street life. That's all she does is stay with excuses. But I mean, at least she was truthful this morning. I mean, I chuckled. I had to laugh, y'all. I had to laugh. It's like I said, high five, boo-boo. You do you. You like that street life? You can have it. You can have it. I've been there. I've been there actually more than one time. My first go-around was when I lost my daddy at the age of 39. Ended up homeless. And then I actually ended up meeting my deceased fiance. We were already talking when I was back home in Missouri on the app Plenty of Fish. But because he was such a meathead, musclehead, he was a bodybuilder, a power lifter, professional bodybuilder. He was Mr. Pittsburgh in 1996. I'm like, I just had no attraction or desire, because that's what I thought he still looked like. Hold on. Can I ask you a serious question? What does she do about her monthly? I ain't got an answer for you on that. I don't know. Maybe it's like she finds old rags or toilet paper and wads it up and in between her. I don't even know. I don't know. Or maybe the clinic. I know the clinic does give out free stuff like that. They'll give out personal hygiene stuff. So maybe she wears tampons. I mean, that's a good question. That's something that ain't nobody ever brought up, though, honestly. Yeah, she doesn't ask for none of that. None of that. Because she probably gets it from the clinic. See, y'all. A good portion of you have been following me from day one. I used to donate to the 51 clinic close. I literally just did a donation not too long ago to them, too. Just because I still know people that go down there. And it's like, they're not on the streets. They're trying to do better. They actually have jobs, but they also have children. So therefore, if some of my clothes can help, whether if they've got children that can fit in my clothes or themselves, more power to it. It's like, I don't wear 90% of the shit I have now. You want to know what I wear almost on a daily? My pajamas. Why? Because my body has been through that much trauma that I just don't. I need to be comfortable. Especially from waist up. Since I don't have full mobility from the waist up. Not with my arms, my shoulders, my neck, none of it. I need to have loose fitting clothing. So I wear pajamas all the time. And yeah, I'll wear them out in public. I mean, they look like little, they're capri sets. So, I mean, doesn't look like they're, not normal clothes. I mean, I guess, I don't know if they do or don't. I mean, to me, I wouldn't think twice about it by looking at somebody in them. But, there are too many, there's people watchers. I'm a people watcher. I always I'm first thing to look at their shoes. But yeah, that one's, I'm dumbfounded by that question because I don't know. Other than, I know the clinic does supply, like I said, they get donating clothes there. And they have hairbrushes, shampoos, conditioners, toothpaste, toothbrushes, especially if she has to go into her meetings, when she goes into those. But then she gets greedy. She gets very greedy when it comes to those meetings. She used to do that shit all the time whenever she lived at the apartments with the Munchkin. Because my neighbors and I would stop in the morning before I took them to the clinic. If it was, everybody had to bring like a little something, a little snack or whatever. She would literally, she would have this bag and she would literally start just throwing shit in the bag. And so my neighbor got up and confronted her the one day and told her, it's like, Lisa, no, that's not just for you. Yeah, it's like the potluck. And she's like, well, where is it going to go? And the counselor looked at her and said, this is what I was told from my neighbor, well, today's not the only meeting. We got a meeting tomorrow. And the next day for the next group, there's like 4 different group meetings. You know, it's like you save some for everybody. It's like, I mean, she was pretty greedy with that. But she did pick through all my clothes the day that I took all, like 3 bags of mine down. The only thing she couldn't wear mine was my pants, because I'm only 5'2". She's about 6 foot. But my shirts, look, I got pictures of her being in my shirts. I got pictures of me being in my own shirts. Why is that? Because those tank tops, I had handmade. I had them made because of the bar that I worked in. I have all those pictures still. You know, but I mean, like I said, this morning, it's like, I just felt it a little comical. It's like, because I mean, I knew, everybody knew, it's like she wasn't going to no damn rehab and no Friday bed, you know, White Deer Run. Look, I bet you they're tired of listening about people coming in and saying, you got a bed for Lisa? It's like, I bet you they're sick of listening to it too. But she said it best. She spoke the truth, though, today. She said, why in the hell would I go in there today, or go to a rehab and wait for y'all to mail me something when I can literally stay out here and get what I need and what I want? She's right. So that's what I literally, on my way back to the house this morning, I said it so loud too. My windows were open. I said, high five for you, boo-boo, from the South Hills to the North Side. You stay on that street life. More power to you. No, she's not going. Doesn't matter. I mean, look, the only way that girl is going to go is if she's literally court ordered. Okay, how is she going to get court ordered? Well, first of all, she's got to get in some major fucking trouble to get arrested first, okay? She got to get some clings put, those silver bracelets put on her to be taken down to the Allegheny, okay? And then let that judge start pulling up all these so-called theft by deceptions and all these reports that, you know, people have supposedly made and this, that, and the third. Okay? And seeing, you know, it's like about her, the whole child situation and this, that, and the third. She won't get out of there like ding dong dong on her own recognizance like that fast. She'll probably have to be in there for, I'm going to say, probably a good 3 months. And then to be able to be released, they'll probably put her on court order, rug court. And they'll put her in a halfway house. And then she'll have to get out, get a job. And she's only got a certain amount of time to do this. And if she doesn't, guess what? She goes right back to the ACJ. When it's ordered by that judge, it's like, that's something. And anytime she misses court, she's getting locked back up. You can run, boo-boo, but you can't hide. Because, look, you're on the internet too much. People will snitch your ass out. Period. So, that's the only way she's going to get clean. Is if it's done through the rug court. And the judge orders it. And stays on top of it as strict as it needs to be. Well, that's the thing. Pink Moon, it's like she'd snitch herself out even if she was on the run. I mean, because she always slips up, takes off that green screen, and whoop, what do you know? She's back in the neighborhood. What is that? Mr. Rogers. But only it's Miss Lisa in the neighborhood. You know, it's like, I mean, I myself, I don't feel bad about her situation or her circumstances any longer. I used to. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I used to. But the more and more that she's lied to people to get money from people, to steal from people, to do all the things from these innocent people that were kind, caring, loving, and beyond ever giving, I don't have a bit of empathy for her anymore. I would love to see her go to jail, to be made forcefully to get clean, and that's the only way it's gonna happen. I mean, sad situation, sad story, but that's the only way that it's gonna happen, is if she's forced to do so. Until then, guess what? Guess what we got? We all call it our entertainment on here. It's like drama entertainment, you know. It's like, she's like clockwork. We all know when Lisa's coming on, or what Lisa's gonna do, or what Lisa's gonna say. And we do, and we do, and we do. But today was the funniest for me. Why bother going to rehab and waiting for y'all to send me stuff when it'll take 2 to 3 weeks, when I can just stay right here on the streets and get what I want and need? Okay. You stay in all that shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. If you want to stay out there looking all nasty and grimy when you know you don't have to, when you know you can go to your parents and shower at least a daily, every other day at that, or you can get yourself into some place, like I tell y'all, there's a bathhouse. It's down the south side, 10th Street Bridge. There's a nice hotel there, but right next door to it is a bathhouse. I don't know if they charge. They used to not, but I don't think they do if you're in dire need. You can walk in there. You can use the showers. They provide the soaps and all that. And you can go in and shower. And you can actually utilize, it's just for the homeless people, the bathhouse pool. Because the hotel is separate. It's right next to it. Looks like it's connected, but it's not. But they have, obviously, their own pool and all that. But the bathhouse is right next door. On the 10th Street Bridge. And that's where most of all the homeless people used to put up their tents. But now that they've literally chain link fenced it off all around underneath the bridges, now that's why they're like to go into my orthopedic. This is what I'll do for you. I think I go on the 22nd for my next orthopedic follow-up on my shoulder that I just had done. I will go live just for a minute, because I'll pull over so I'm not in my spaceship going vroom, vroom, vroom. But I'm going to pull over and I'm going to show you where now, and this is by the Hot Metal Bridge down off of East Carson. Literally, tents upon tents upon tents upon tents along the riverside there. And there's some that, I mean, you can see like pathways that they've got tents up and over the hillside, more close to the river, all kinds of shit. I mean, it's sad. It's very sad. And some, thank you. And then some of my deceased fiance stuff, because, I mean, his little brother couldn't wear it because He's just a lot shorter. As big as him. He could wear some of his shirts, but not his pants and shoes and stuff. So I donated. I took some of those down this past winter, and I gave out a few of his jackets, some shoes, and some sweatpants. The sweatpants that I don't like to wear, or that I don't wear. But it's sad. It's like Lisa ought to be fucking thankful that she's got that. I don't know if it's a relative or what. I'm just gonna say the abandoned building because I don't care if it says Richard Scott Richard, until there's proof that it links it to her stepdad. I'm not speaking on that if it's a relative for sure. But that building that she goes into, she needs to be thankful that at least she has shelter over her head. Because to literally be out on those streets, and especially on that fucking road where she's at, Brighton Road, in the North Side Park, that's not a good thing. Not a good thing. I mean, you guys could also Google the North Side Park. You can see all the shit that's all, throughout the years, what's all bad happened there. They're trying to be a little bit more up on guards with it. I mean, it's a beautiful park. It is during the day. But, not in nighttime. Nope, it's not. It's, hi, Mimi, how are you feeling? How was the other one? I didn't want to bother you. But that park is a park not for after dark. Just like downtown Pittsburgh is not for after dark. And even in Mount Oliver ain't a place for after dark. Frick Park. I mean, you got all these parks not good after dark. Shit, half the time they ain't good in the daylight. Oh no. I'm so sorry. You're still in my thoughts. If anything changes, please let me know. Right, Amber. One of the worst areas in the city. I don't know nothing about Tampa. I ain't ever been. I could speak on Seattle. I can speak on Colorado. Aurora, Colorado. You don't want to go there or even driving through in the daytime. No. No. No, sir, no, ma'am. But up in the mountains, where I lived most of my time, it's where I had my youngest. Very safe. Very, very, very safe. Because you're in the middle of the mountains, you ain't got nowhere to go. Correct, no filter. It's like, we can all sit here and pray all day, cross our I's, cross our T's, cross our hands, cross everything, and just hope and pray. It's not happening. She clearly said it. She spoke the most truth I've ever heard from her for a long, long time this morning. She said, why would I go to a rehab and wait for you all to send me shit when it's going to be 1 to 2, maybe even 3 weeks, depending on where it's coming from, when I can stay right out here and get what I need. Facts. All day long. You keep doing you, boo-boo. The only thing I wish she would stop doing is getting on here and using them fake tears, because that's about enough. Just come on here and be Lisa. Whether if you're raging Lisa, calm Lisa, see you next Tuesday Lisa, whatever. But those tears, that's enough of that. It's enough of it. I think that she still thinks that grabs at people, but by now I don't believe it does. That's exactly it. That's the first factual truth that she has said in such a long fucking time. Why go when I can get what I need to get right here? You know, it's like, because why? She's banking on the people on the back end who still feel sorry for her, and or someone new coming in. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be an elderly person. She did. She said the minute, and I'll tell you that, my deceased fiance said that. I put him in rehab 7 different times, okay? The one thing that I thought maybe would have straightened him up is the last time he OD'd on me, and I had to Narcan him 7 different times, and all I seen was all these bags, like in like a teeny tiny Tupperware container. I called the detective that he went to school with, that was literally rug task detective. I called him first. I didn't call 911. I called him. I told him, and I kicked him really, really hard too, just to get him to breathe, because the Narcan wasn't working. So I kicked him right in his side, and he gasped like a big old gasp of air. So it's like I knew the color was started coming back in his face. He wasn't blue anymore. So I told him he better hurry up and get here. And this was when we lived over in Carrick, down by the Carrick Park. I told him, I said, you better do something with him. Well, no, we're going to release him to you. I was like, you ain't coming home with me. You want to know what they did? They locked him up as being homeless. Mind you, his mother lived right up the street. Every time I would kick him out or tell him he couldn't come home, he would always go to mommy's, and she would always lie for him, try and hide him out. I knew better. I just let it be. She was a big, huge enabler. But I left him in there for about two weeks and probably a couple of days. And then the task guy called me, and he says, is he out yet? And I said, no. He goes, Carmen, I want you to understand this. He's not ready to quit. And the longer you leave him in there, he's going to come back out and going to use the exact same amount he was using before all this happened. And you're going to lose him a lot sooner. I went and I paid $3,500 to a bondsman to hurry up and get him out. I had all the papers drawn up. I had the last will and testament. I had the power of attorney. I had everything drawn up, and we went to go see the lawyer first. And then he goes, can you take me here? I said, nope. I said, God gave you 2 fucking feet. You can get the fuck out of the car. I'm going home. I said, but because if I don't hear, because I always told him, it's like you have within 5 minutes to call me. So I knew what he was worried would. Him, and then lo and behold, I find him walking down our street to our house. Yeah, so it's like I got him out because I didn't want to lose him any sooner than I did. I got maybe an extra year with him, and then he was up in Erie working, and that's when his little brother found him in the hotel, and that was it. February 15th, 2018. So, just because I'm not an addict, I loved an addict. I lived an addict's life. I never knew about any of these kind of rugs until I moved here. Because what I was brought up around was alcohol and the devil's lettuce. All my cousins, my uncles, they all drank and smoked that wacky tobacco shit all the time. So I never knew about anything else. So I lived an addict's life without putting it in my body and I loved him, and I still love him. That was the love of my life. And I'll tell each and every one of you now, I would go through all that hell, all that pain, all that crying, all that worrying, all that kicking him out on him almost a daily. I would do it again and again and again to have that man back by my side. Because there's nobody that's ever treated me as good as he. I don't got no problem who does it. I just don't like the smell of it. I think it smells like a dead brain over skunk. And then, like, people are like, because I could get my medical card, and I don't want it. I don't want to have, I don't want no parts of it. You know, it's like I just, I've even smelled people smoking the pens, and it's like, and I think they stink. I think it all stinks. But yet here I smoke cigarettes, so that stinks the worst. But I don't smoke in my house. You say I'm gross. That's funny. But today was the biggest truth that I think that we have all heard Lisa spill out of her lips at all today. That's the most truth that we've heard in a long time. She's not going. She never had any intentions on going. It's all been for that money ploy. And everybody's known it except for the new ones or the ones she's still guilt tripping. Maybe thinking, making them think she's going to go this, that, and the third and blase, blase, blase. And it's never going to happen because she can get what she needs and wants right where she's at. So she wants to be that street life bitch. So, hallelujah, praise the Lord. I only wish nothing but the best for you, Lisa, but I'm high-fiving you from afar. But my offer still stands. You need a ride to Mercy? I'm right here. It's the only place I would ever get you into my car to take you to. Is Mercy Hospital. Other than that, ain't taking you for no ride around the block. I ain't taking you no get nothing. I ain't buying you nothing. I've taken my accountability for what the fuck I did back then. Never do it again. The closest you'll get to it being in my car is to go to Mercy Hospital. She's not thinking about any of that recovery shit. Not at all. She doesn't want it. She clearly said that shit this morning. Well, that's another thing. It's like, Kelly, it's like she's very much addicted. Come on. We all got to raise our hands. We all are addicted to TikTok because it's like when it shut down, it's like, what's the first thing you did? It's like, even though we knew it was not on, I know I did. I went to go log into TikTok. You know what my son came in my room and said that morning? How's it feel, Mom? I said, what are you talking about? Because you can't get on TikTok. I said, boy, you better get out of my room. I'm going to throw something at you. Well, I mean, it is. It's different. At least she's very much addicted to making the money on here. And doing what she does to try and manipulate. She manipulates the manipulators, honest to God, she does. She's that good at it. Correct. Why work when somebody else can support you? Or, people all around the U.S. could support you. Because you're always going to find one person. I was going to say sad sucker, but it's not, I don't even call them that. It's like if somebody new comes across her and watches her for a little bit and sees, and then she's gonna hold on. Your comment got filtered. No filter. Let me try and read it. Correct. We're on here for entertainment, and she's on here to support a habit. Absolutely. Correct. But she could do it in such a more of a tactful way, but Lisa doesn't know those tactful ways. Lisa just knows how to be aggressive and mean, demanding, and way back when, it's like if y'all saw those videos, it's like she literally looked straight in the camera when she lived in that apartment. I'm a master manipulator. Well, she ain't lying. She ain't lying. Okay. Sorry, I had a puzzle piece. Correct, Red. Correct. Yep. But I don't know. Like I said, I had to laugh about it for a moment this morning because it's the most truth that I've heard come out of her mouth in such a long time. About the whole, I ain't going. I can stay right here on the streets and get what I want. Of course you can, because why? You have shelter over your head. I don't give a fuck if it's got running water or lights or not. You still have a shelter over your head. So therefore, girl, that doesn't mean you're homeless. You have shelter over your head. That doesn't make you homeless. You can get yourself out of that situation by cleaning yourself up, finding you some decent clothes, and going applying at some grocery store or warehouse on the back end and working overnights and actually making an actual living, a paycheck, and save. Then you can get your own little one-bedroom apartment again. Yeah, and that's another thing. It's like, I don't even want to go on that whole spiral thing with her, using her family members and saying that they have these actual diseases because nobody asked for cancer, nobody asked for diabetes. It's like, there's no, like, I wish there was a cure for all that. I do. It's what I lost all my family to, was cancer. And it's like, I'm not saying that the addiction isn't a disease. It is in the brain part now. It's like you've got to relearn to rewire your brain to operate a different way. Whether, it's like you're on the shots, the wubs, or the Doan for the rest of your life. That doesn't mean go and pick something up that, can alternate, like the benzos, because, like I said, my neighbor was guilty of it. She used to abuse those benzos. But 51, the clinic, was making everybody, gave them an ultimatum. And Lisa was part of it. To go to rehab or you get booted. Well, guess what? Guess what Lisa said? Fuck you, bitches. I ain't going. Guess what Lisa didn't do? She didn't go. She transferred to the other clinic that's owned by the same people. And that's what gets me as to why those same people that own it even let her into that clinic. But red flag here, I'll tell you. It's state funded, so in all reality, they don't give a fuck. And I apologize. So I'm walking away from my Wi-Fi. My woofy. That reminded me. My daughter, it's like she had this huge lamb. She named Woofy, like a long, long time ago. Ow, 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 ouch, 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 ouch. Can you still hear me? Okay. But yep, I don't know. I mean, the only thing I can do with me, myself, without the ever and watching a whole shit ton of her is, hold on, I gotta shut my, and I only hope that she gets arrested first. Show you, it's like from all those people that used to be underneath the Hot Metal Bridge, and some of them from the 10th Street Bridge. They're all lined up down by the riverside there in the grass. And yeah, she's got nothing like on being homeless. It's like she's got shelter over her head. These poor people, it's like they've got tents that are just broken down. I mean, I don't know. And I have a feeling for too long the city is going to come and start sweeping them out like they have before. Good morning, Mama. Amy. That's what I have a feeling. Amy, what's that? Oh, I remember. Never mind. It's called South Side Secrets. That's what I want y'all to look up. Today's Friday. So just follow that from your Facebook page, South Side Secrets. I want you guys to pay attention what the fuck happens there. Not only just Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but just throughout the week. But most of the bad shit happens on a Friday, Saturday. Yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about. After dark, you ain't safe nowhere. Maybe in your backyard. I sometimes question that shit too. To my orthopedic surgeon, because I go see, my orthopedic surgeon is the one that does all the baseball players and the football players here for all the shoulders and all that shit. But as you're turning there on South Water Street, you see them all lined up at the top of the ridge. And then if you look over the ridge, closer to the water, there's a whole shit ton more. Yep, the Sports Medicine Center. That's where I go. I keep telling my doctor, it's like every time I go there for the massive physical therapy, I said, I'm going to start bringing me a big old blank book and have all of them that comes in sign it. I said, I'm kidding. That ain't even worth my time. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's sad. It's sad for the ones that are like her family that's used to be close with her. The friends that she used to have. But the truth, very well, much was said this morning. She ain't going out of fucking place. Can you guys tap a little, please? Thank you. But it's like I don't know. There's so much more of a story that I could give on my loving and an addict and whatnot, but it's like I don't even like to do that because it's like I get drugged for the dumbest shit on here, and even after I've taken accountability for it, it's like, I mean, they literally took my deceased fiance's picture that I had his bodybuilding picture up on my main account before I ever lost it. It's somewheres out there on YT. Made a whole mockery of it. Bitch, he worked hard for that. He worked hard for first place, becoming Mr. Pittsburgh in 1996. I personally didn't like the looks of it, but that's way before I ever met him. I liked the way he looked when I met him. He just was more of a power lifter. He was a big boy. Oh, yeah. At the time I had my entire family on there. I had my mom, my dad, my grandkids. I soon learned to get that shit off of there. And then I got permanently banned because of my graphic motorcycle pictures. I didn't know you couldn't put up like that kind of graphic pictures. Like the ones I have up right now, they're graphic, but they're not that bad. No, I had all of them up, honestly. Oh, and then I got drugged because I had a GoFundMe up at the time. And I shared it on my own story. From back in 2022. But it's okay. I took all that shit down because I was drugged for that too. I have real friends back home who helped and donated. And my very, very best friend here. Oh, am I frozen still? It might go in and out for a minute just because it's windy and the way I'm sitting. Okay. Yep, I was drugged for all that shit. My own GoFundMe that I posted. Mine. And it literally had the reasoning why. All my graphic pictures are on it. Everything. But again, like I said, I didn't know you couldn't have those kinds of pictures on here, so I got bananoed permanently. So, I mean, it is what it is. I figured a way out of it. I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm not like hurting like where I'm gonna be homeless. Thank you. Those are so cute. I don't even know what they are. Shell energy. Shit, that's what I need. Lots of shell energy. Give me them pearls, god damn it. When? On my very main account? No filter? I never gotten a warning on there. It's like next thing I know, I went to log in and it said it permanently bananaed me. And then whenever I went through and I tried to appeal it, they denied it because of graphic content. They said graphic and nudity content. It wasn't nothing nude. It was pictures I have up now doesn't even compare to the ones that I had up. They were bad. Really bad. Like, I don't even know if I want to say it because I'll probably get bananaed, but from the top of my head down on my right side of my face, it was literally just hanging. It was ick. Told me to keep my damn clothes on. I will. Promise. I ain't got nobody to take them off for. Ain't nobody wants to see this old broken ass anyway. Not with all my scars and then more to go. I actually go on maybe... I'm getting the dates confused. It's either the 20th or the 22nd is when I go down to the left shoulder orthopedic on Southwater, the sports medicine. The other orthopedic is at Mercy Hospital. I have to go back and see him, and I have to set up my other surgery again to have him reopen my right side again, my right shoulder, because one of my plates didn't take, so they've got to remove a plate and a half and some screws, and they're going to try and put in plastic, like, I don't know, like rubbery plastic hardware to try and make it move a little better with me. But I figured, fuck, I mean, yeah, I want to be able to do something this summer, but as it looks, so I may as well just knock it out and get it done and over with. I have. I was literally talking to a cousin in Texas the other day. About how many surgeries I've had. I can't even count. Okay, I might lag again, so just be patient. I will come right back. Patience. Am I still here? Hello. Okay, good. Thank you. But, yep. My body's been through the ringer. I miss working. Look, I even tried to go back to work last year, and there's like, nope. Nobody wants to take a risk on me because I broke my neck. And I don't have full range of motion of it. I tried to go back before I even knew. It's like my other shoulder was completely shredded. It's the one I just had done. So I may as well just go in and have the other one reopened and just spend the summer in the house and in physical therapy. In bed. I don't know, y'all. I just think it's a shame. It's quite a shame. I mean, I'm not even saying she could have the greatest comeback story, because any addict that actually surrenders and wants to go and get help can have just as the greatest comeback story as Lisa. It's literally wanting it bad enough to go surrender, you know, and it's like, and I don't know, it's like, I just think that everybody keeps pushing it at her and pushing and saying, you know, so these are her storylines, you know, so these are her storylines, you know, where it's like, oh, I bet I get them by saying, it's like, I'll go to